What's going on, everyone? This is Steve from Burke Family 54 Comics, and in today's video, I'm going to be showing off all of my DC Comics slabs. Before we do that though, hit that like, hit the subscribe, hit the notification bell, all of that. So as everyone knows, I'm a big DC fan. I'm excited to show you guys part 6 of my CGC comic book collection. Parts 1 through 5 will be in the description of this video today. Let's go ahead and get things started. First book up, we have, before I show off all these books, I will say that there is an abundance of Batman slabs. So if you are a Batman fan, this video is definitely for you. First book up, we have Shazam #1 from 1973, 9.4 off-white to white pages. First appearance of Captain Marvel and Captain Marvel Jr. and Mary Marvel since the Golden Age, with the origin retold. There we go. I'm trying to go through this pretty quickly because I know I have a bunch of slabs. Next one up, I just love this cover. Just a beautiful cover. Batman #99, the 1/25 Jorge Jimenez cover of one of my favorite DC characters, Dick Grayson, Nightwing, in a CGC 9.8. Beautiful, beautiful. What do they call this? Like design or designer covers? Pretty sweet. Next up, we have Batman #89, the first appearance of Punchline and Cameo. This is a variant cover by Francesco Mattina in the CGC 9.8. I remember when this came out and I was like, okay, well, I only need one for the run. I think I ended up getting another one just for like a reader's copy, like a third print or something, but my first print had a slab. This next one was an A-OK from my good friend Carlito Classico. I still don't know how this came back in 9.2, but it did. This is Detective Comics 1000, the Art Germ Collectibles Virgin Edition. First appearance of the Arkham Knight in a DC Universe continuity. Again, it's a virgin cover and a 9.2. Beautiful cover, terrible grade, but I love it. Thank you again, Carlito Classico. You are an amazing person. Next up, I got this from Panda, or Adrian Pandawson 316. Batman #96. This is another one of those Jimenez 1/25 designer variants. The Clown Hunter in a CGC 9.8. Next up, I recently got this from my good friend Mike V. This is the start of the Black Mirror storyline. I think this is actually also Scott Snyder's first story on Batman. This is Detective Comics 871 in a CGC 9.8. As you can see, some of these have a bag and some don't. I need to order some more archival bags. Next up, I also got this from Mike V recently. This is Dark Knight's Death Metal, Legends of the Dark Knight #1. This is the 1/25 variant, origin and first appearance and first cover appearance of the Robin King in a CGC 9.8. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Next up, we have Batman #313, the first appearance of Tim Fox, also known as Jace Fox in the current continuity. Newsstand CGC 8.5. Not the best cover. It's actually one of I feel like one of Batman's worst covers, but we'll take it. I got it during Comics Curing Cancer back in 2021. This one was a win for my good friend D-Runt Comics on his YouTube. This is Batman #612. This is an iconic Jim Lee cover in a CGC 9.8. Beautiful, beautiful. Next up is the start of probably my second favorite Batman story ever, and I'm going to do a whole video on the best Batman stories of all time. This is Batman #1 from the New 52. Cover art by Greg Capullo and Jonathan Glapion. Scott Snyder story in the CGC 9.8. At some point, I need to send my #2 and #6 because I guess those are kind of big keys too. Next up, we have Batman 386, the origin and first appearance of the Black Mask in a CGC 9.2, which I feel like is probably a little undergraded. I feel like it's like a 9.4, but you know what? It's not a huge deal between a 9.2 and a 9.4, so I probably won't get this regraded, but I do, again, feel like it's definitely higher than a 9.2. Next up, beautiful cover, iconic cover. Probably the best single issue Batman story ever written. This is Batman the Killing Joke. No number, first print, and a CGC 9.8. You also kind of like an iconic back cover as well. So, if you haven't read The Killing Joke, do yourself a favor and do it. Next up, we got another first appearance here. This is the first appearance of Jason Todd as Red Hood. Batman 635, signed by the artist Doug Mahnke in a CGC 9.6. Next up is the start of my favorite Batman story of all time. Probably, in my opinion, one of the top 5 greatest DC stories of all time. This is Batman number 404, Year 1 storyline begins in a CGC 9.8. You get that cover there by David Mazzucchelli of obviously Bruce Wayne and his parents after they were murdered. Next up, we got a first appearance here. I love this book. Batman number 189, the first appearance of the Scarecrow in the Silver Age in a CGC 4.0. Next up, we got some more Batman. This is the first appearance of Ra's al Ghul. Origin of the Batman and Robin retold. And a beautiful Neil Adams cover. This is Batman 232 in the CGC 4.5. Just an iconic cover for sure. We get the first appearance and first cover appearance as well. Ra's al Ghul, or Ra's al Ghul, however you want to say it. I love this book. This is the last Batman book before we get into the rest of the books here. I love this book, even though it went down in value. I don't even care because it's not leaving a PC. This is Detective Comics 359, the origin and first appearance of Barbara Gordon as Batgirl in a CGC 5.0. At some point, I do want to get this reholdered. Okay, let's see. Next up, we have a couple of Green Lantern books. We got Green Lantern number 20 for New 52. First appearance of Jessica Cruz in a one-panel cameo in the CGC 9.8, signed by the artist Doug Mahnke. 9.8. For a second, I thought it was a newsstand, but it's not. These next two slabs, I just recently got them, and I just like the covers. This one is Green Lantern number 1 from the New 52. This is the sketch cover done by Greg Capullo. 9.6. This one, I'm just a big Flash fan, so I wanted to get this book. This is Green Lantern Core 51. This is a variant cover done by Ryan Sook of the Flash as a White Lantern. Sick cover for sure. 9.4. Next up, we have Teen Titans number 12 from the DC Rebirth. This is the first cover appearance of the Batman Who Laughs in a 9.6. I ended up getting this book for 50 cents. A vintage stock, A-OK to my good friend D-Rock Comics, who already had a copy. Sent them both to CGC, both came back in 9.6. And knew I didn't have a copy. He just gave me the book right back. So, pretty happy to have this book. And thank you again, D-Rock Comics. This whole comic book community is amazing. Next up, one of my favorite books in the collection, Tales of the Teen Titans, number 44, Dick Grayson becomes Nightwing, first appearance of Jericho, an origin of Deathstroke, and a CGC 9.6. Pretty sweet. Got this bad boy like a year or two ago. Next up, we got another Teen Titans book. We got DC Comics Presents number 26, the first appearance of the new Teen Titans in preview. First appearance of Raven, Cyborg, and Starfire in a CGC 9.4. Sorry, my daughter is yelling for help. Give me 1 second. Okay, sorry about that. Next book up, we have Flash number 750, the Planet Awesome Convention Edition done by Boss Logic in a CGC 9.8. I got one of these AOK'd from Pandawson316 and also from Selwyn. I kept one, sent it in to CGC, and I gave the other one to my good friend Flash 6792. Next book up, we have another Flash book. This is a book that I'd like to upgrade at some point to a 9.8 because I'm just not a big fan of the current grade. This was AOK'd from Carlito Classico. This is Flash number 197, the origin and first appearance of Zoom in a CGC 9.4. I thought Zoom was great in the second season of The Flash. Next book up, we have another Flash book. This is a recent pickup for me. This is Flash number 139, the first volume, origin and first appearance of Professor Zoom, which is the Reverse Flash, in a CGC 4.0. Love this book. Love this book. One of the best villains, obviously, for the Flash. In my opinion, like the Flash has like the third best, like Rogues Gallery. So. Next up, this book is one of the staples in my comic book collection. I absolutely love it. This is Flash number 110, the first appearance and origin of Kid Flash, and also the Weather Wizard in a CGC 5.0. Wally West is my favorite DC character. Probably one of my top 2 or 3 comic book characters of all time. 2 books left. Next up, love this book. Got it for my birthday a couple years ago. This is The Brave and the Bold 54, the origin and first appearance of the Teen Titans, Robin, Kid Flash, and Aqualad in a CGC 4.0. Love this book. This is like so underrated, in my opinion. Super underrated book and undervalued. Last book, you guys already know what it is. You guys already know what it is. Biggest book in my comic book collection, without a doubt. The Brave and the Bold, number 28, the first appearance of the Justice League of America, and also the first appearance of Starro as well, in a CGC 2.0. Look at that. Look at that. Iconic cover. I love that trade dress at the top. And I'd also like to get this reholdered at some point as well. So that is part 6 of my comic book collection. I'll probably do 2 more videos, one of like the top 50 CGC slabs in my collection, and then the last one will be my entire CGC comic book collection. Again, I'm Steve from Burke Family 54 Comics. Let me know in the comments section what you guys think of today's video. Which book is your favorite? All of that and more. All right, guys, thanks for watching. And as always, go Cats!
Cowabunga! It's morphin' time!